Good morning, children. This is your history class. I hope you have all read the content that I have taught you in previous class and you have completed your homework. Yes, in our previous class we have saw about how, when and where, and then about how important are dates. And we saw that there is no one clear date for any event. And then divisions of period. For example, James Mill divided Indian history into three periods. Do you know the three periods? Yes, Hindu, Muslim, and British. Yes, and then some historians they changed it into ancient, medieval, and modern. And over a year, some more historians they changed it into ancient, medieval, and colonial. And what is mean by colonial? Yes, in this book you will read about the way the British came to India to conquer and establish their rule. And in this book we are going to read about how the British came into our country and how they started establishing their rule and how they subjugate their local Nawabs and Rajas. Yes, and they started to join our local Nawabs and Rajas to establish their rule. Yes, and you will see how they established control over the economy, society, and they started collecting revenues also to meet their expenses. And they bought the goods they wanted at low prices and they started to produce crops they needed and they export also. And then you will understand the changes that came about as a consequences. You will also come to know about the changes British rule brought about in values and tastes and customs and practices. Yes, after the British enter into our country, they have changed a lot in our country and they changed our educational system and our customs and they changed our culture practices also. And when the subjugation of one country by another leads to these kinds of political, economic, and social and cultural changes, we refer this to colonialization. Yes, you will, however, find that all classes and groups did not experience these changes in the same way. Is for example, the kings did not experience as like the tribes experienced. Yes, that is why the book is called Our Past in the plural. Yes. Next, how do we know? What sources do historians use in writing about the last 250 years of Indian history? How did they collect these informations that British came into our country and they established over our country? They produced crops that they needed. Yes, through our records. Administration produces records. One important source is the official records of the British administration. Yes, British always they believed that the act of writing was very important and they preserved all these documents and memos, letters in a separate rooms. Yes, the British believed that the act of writing was important. Every instructions, plans, policy, decision, agreement, investigation, and everything will be clearly written up. And once it was done, things could be properly studied and debated also. Yes, this produced an administrative culture of memos, noting, and reports. Yes, the British also felt that all important documents and letters needed to be carefully preserved. Yes, I have said no, every documents and letters will be carefully preserved by the British. Yes, so they set up separate rooms that were attached to all administrative institutions like the village tahsildar office, the collectorate, the commissioner's office, the provisional secretariats, the law courts, and all these administrative office have a separate rooms that were attached to keep some important documents and letters. And then all had their record rooms also. Specialized institutions like archives and museums were also established to preserve important records. Yes, letters and memos that moved from one branch of the administration to another in the early years of the 19th century can still be read in the archives. Yes, before that 19th century, we can read the letters and memos of their administration. Yes, till now it is there in archives. You can also study the notes and reports that district officials prepared, or the instructions and directives that were sent by officials at the top to provisional administratives. Yes, in the early years of the 19th century, these documents were carefully copied out and beautifully written by calligraphist. And what is mean by calligraphist? Yes, who specialized in the art of beautiful writing is called calligraphist. Yes, these all documents were carefully copied and beautifully written up by calligraphist, and then they preserved in a separate room also. Yes, by the mid 19th century, with the spread of printing press, multiple copies of these records were printed as proceeding of each government departments. Yes, after the invention of printing press, all these documents were printed and make a copies, and they kept in a record rooms. Yes, that's all children, your class is over. Note down your homework. See here, this is the official record room, and the definition for archives, a place where documents and manuscripts are stored, called an archive. Yes, and note down your homework. Who is calligraphist? What do you mean by archive? Why did British felt that all documents and letters to be carefully preserved? Thank you. We will meet in next class.